My name is LaDonna D. You can like me on Facebook at LaDonna D. You are watching Outlandish.
Hello and welcome to Outlandish, of course. Thanks, LaDonna D, for the introduction. Anyways, tonight is going to be, last show you saw was me drinking, me being drunk, me being crazy. Well, tonight there's going to be a different side of Jeff. This is in the media, of course you hear Maury Povich show, Jerry Springer, this show. There's always stuff about dads always being bad. Us dads, all the panel can agree with me or disagree with me. As us dads, through the media, through anything else, through mothers, through fathers, through parents, through everybody else, we always get a bad rap. Is that true?
Yep.
And today on Outlandish, we're going to slap you in the face with reality. This isn't the reality show, but this show is called Dedicated Dads. Each of these men here took their time out here to come on TV to give their side of the story, not to pretty much badger the women that they were with through ex-wives, pretty much ex-wives and stuff like that, right, with the panel. So tonight's going to be a different side of Outlandish. I mean, if you want to see the craziness, stay tuned for a different show for that. I mean, still went to your show. Don't forget to like me on Facebook, Jeff Like. My first guest I want to introduce is John Fromm. How are you doing today?
All right.
Now, give us a little brief description of what happened with you, and do you still see your kids? Just
yes,
after that.
Yeah, I do on a regular basis. My two step-kids I don't see that much, but that's a little hard. I've been there a long time for them. Just really, I left my wife because of a lot of different things that was going on, and I'm the only person that really has done anything for my daughter between me and her, and it's hard.
Right now, what kind of things have you gone through with the divorce? I mean, I know the hardest thing, because I can relate to you as being married. I know all of us has been married. I can relate to everybody this, but it's tough, especially if you have to go through a court system. Do you have to go through a court system, or did you guys come to an agreement?
No, we did go to court. I do have my daughter in my custody. She doesn't. She gets supervised visitations and things like that. But really, the hardest thing is not being able to see the stepkids because they're not legally mine. There's no legal leg to stand on when it comes to them too.
But you're pretty much there for them as well as support and everything else.
Yes.
So you're pretty much you're trying to set an example. Hey, I'm a good father. I want to do this for my kids. Mm-hmm. And I give you credit for that. Thanks for your little side of your story. Now, here I am with Josiah Davenport. We've known each other for
long time.
Long time now. Southside. Now, give us a little background of who you are and what happened with you.
My name's Josiah Davenport. What happened with me is I come to find out that my ex-wife of 9 years was cheating on me, and while I was working and everything, and I didn't know until I finally caught her in the act, and she was giving me excuses about staying with friends or doing other things, and found out she was cheating on me.
Wow, really?
Yeah. She met some guy from the internet or something. I don't know the whole background about it, but yeah, I was telling people that it was her cousin, but come to find out it was her boyfriend.
There's so many directions I can go with that, but this is a serious show, and I'm not going to go there with that direction. But now, did you go through court as well with your kid, or did you go
we did
to
the
agreement?
divorce. We ended up doing joint custody. I get him. It was my decision to do it the way that when it was going to be my way or no way. So it went. I get him 2 weeks. She gets him 2 weeks. So we both get to see him, but it's still rough on him. Yeah, he has a lot of times where he wants us both to be together, but it's hard to explain to him that there's no way it can happen. So it's emotional to him.
That is a tough part. Like I said, I'm not going to lie and deny, hey, I do miss being a family, because being a family, you're always there with the kids, no matter what. So I understand what you're saying with that. You said you see your kid every what?
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Makes you feel good, don't it?
Oh, yeah.
That's good. Thank you for being a good father. Now, here I am with Dwayne Shira. Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. How's it going?
How's it going?
Now, I've met Dwayne through Chuck Osborne, which is my agent and stuff, right over here. But tell us a little bit about your story and about your kids and how many you got.
I've got 2 kids, a boy and a girl, age 7 and 5. I was married in 2005. My ex-wife decided to look up one of her ex-boyfriends on on the internet, and got to talking to him, and ended up taking the kids and just leaving them, moving in with him.
So without letting you know?
Yeah, I thought everything was fine. I just bought a house, a car, had a good job, was doing fine. And then, I don't know, I guess she got bored with whatever. She was pretty young, more than that. She was 18. And took the kids back in '08. And I just recently moved back to Fort Wayne to get back into their lives. And she's not making it too easy. She got a restraining order on me against the kids. I just got those dropped and was just granted visitation. Of course, I got to pay to visit my kids now, but I'm not giving up. That's what I got to do to see them. That's what I'll do.
Right, I mean, kids are tough nowadays to do that stuff. Now, you said have you seen them recently or no?
I haven't seen them in 2 months since the restraining order took effect.
Huh. Wow.
That was just dropped this month, so I'm looking to see them this month.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be hard on you. I mean, I've seen your kids. I mean, I've dealt with the situation, but that's gotten resolved, and you know, it wasn't that my ex's fault for what happened, but you know, like I said, we got things resolved. But I wish you the best of luck because, man, when you don't have your kids, you never know what's going on that side. So
Yeah, it's tough. Worry about them.
yeah, especially you know, you know, like I said, not trying to be nosy, but this is about dedicated dads. Do you even talk to your kids at all? Like, have you talked to them at all? Or
I haven't talked to them on the phone in 2 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's got it blocked on my phone.
See, I still think, you know, no matter what the problems that you had with the ex, we'll get to you guys this here pretty soon, but no matter if you still have a problem with the ex, I think no matter what should happen, the kids should be able to talk to their father. I mean, because that hurts the kids more than anything else. So thank you for your story. Now, go ahead, Chuck.
Was at Fort Wayne. Charles Osborne. Me and my ex-wife were together for 5 years. Married for 5 years. We were together for 7, but we were married for 5. Things didn't work out between me and her, so we had gotten a divorce. During the process of the divorce, though, I didn't have any contact with my son. He's 2 years old, Charles Osborne Jr. He's going to be 3 in November. Oh, it is November. He's going to be 3 in 2 weeks.
Wow.
But for 4 weeks, I didn't have any contact with him. No phone conversations, no seeing him, nothing like that. The baby mama pretty much had full control of the whole contact situation. But recently, within a couple months, we have been court ordered my visitation. I got joint custody, and I see Charles every Wednesday and every Sunday. So that's really good. And I do frequently go in and check on him and go and see him. I wish I got more time with him.
Right.
Of course, he's my son and my best friend. I wish I had more time with him, but I'm happy for the time that I do have with him.
Right, because it's a very time to cherish, especially with your kids. I mean, like I said, with being a split family, I've said this a number of times, and I'm sure you all can vouch too as well. The hardest thing is when you're split from the other side of the family, if they got somebody else on the other side, husband or ex-husband or, you know, girlfriend, boyfriend, or whoever they're around, I'm sure you wonder what's going to go on. So I know that eats everybody up inside too, what's going to happen next.
Right.
So Larry, it's your turn.
Yeah, my name is Lawrence Gallagher. I've been separated from my baby mama for a little over 8 years, almost 9. You know, we've had a mutual agreement to where I can see the kids here lately, but, you know, I don't have a job and don't have no income coming in. It's kind of hard for me to do all that and see my kids when I don't drive. So she's been having this thing where lately I can't see my kids because I don't have that. She's been keeping them from seeing me here lately. You know, it really hurts when you've got 2 kids and you try to do anything to see them. I mean, everybody that knows me knows I have a love for my kids. It's hard.
Now, the question is, you know, I'm not done with the whole court system because me and the ex came to an agreement, like I said. But the question is, I hear other men and everybody else say, sorry, I'm kind of nervous about the show because, like I said, this is a very serious show dedicated to dads. But the question is, do you guys honestly, who all deals with the court system here? Just raise your hand because you all go through the court system.
I haven't lately.
Huh? You have lately?
I have not lately.
Oh, you have not lately? But when you went through it, does anybody feel that it's unfair to us men about the court system?
Yeah.
Okay, one at a time. And why is that?
Oh, yeah. It's because they believe that the kids are more, or that they're better off with their mothers than their fathers, and they don't take in consideration that the father can be better than the mother, and the kids can be better off with their dad than their mom.
Josiah?
Yeah, well, for me, in my situation, I wasn't too thrilled about the divorce thing. I didn't like the idea of doing it, but on me, it's when I get my taxes every year, since she didn't want child support, she gets half of my taxes on certain years, and it's crazy.
Dwayne?
I think that it's unfair because usually the females are granted custody right off the bat without even considering the father's position and situation, when he might be in a better position to take care of the child. But they don't look at that situation. They just figure the child's better with the mom.
Chuck?
Yeah, with the courts, Indiana is a mother state. I mean, everywhere else it's a myth, but here in Indiana, there's no such thing as a myth. Unfortunately, that is so. The courts really offer the women the custodial parental time before they even ask the father. They were asking the ex-wife if she would take full custody before they even talked to me about it.
Really?
We have agreed to do joint custody because I thought joint meant 50-50, both custodial parents, which is not so. The mother is full custodial parent, and I'm the non-custodial parent, but we got joint custody, which I don't understand how she has all the rights, and I don't. And that's what really hurts the father, is that the mother has all the rights, and they often abuse those rights. They often abuse the visitations that we are allowed to have, and the courts don't punish that. The courts don't look at that. They just let the mothers do what they want with the times, even though it hurts the father or the child. And it's the child that's the victim. 100%. It's the child that's the victim.
Larry?
I got no comment.
Okay, that's fine. We appreciate that. Now, does anybody pay child support at all? You pay child support? Do you feel that it's actually going to the kids, or do you feel that sometimes, I have some dads that pay child support. I know mine goes right to the perfect place and they spend it on the kids, but does anybody feel like, hey, some of the moms use kids for child support? Because I've heard people that's done that before in the past, way before everything's happened, but I've heard that that's true. Does some women take advantage of the system because of that?
I think they do.
Not all of them, but some of them.
I think they do, yes. I used to be on Social Security and disability, and she tried to take me to court, and they finally took out my Social Security disability, and she's just been on me for child support ever since. Just because she went back and got on welfare. I don't think it's right for her to be on welfare and, living with somebody that's got an income coming in. It's not right. She's using me just so I can't see my kids.
See, that's not right. And I've also heard from different people too, and seen different people as well, and I'm sure you guys have seen this as well, to where you have to pay child support and you can't see the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I mean, how is that fair to us, the people and there's some dads out there that freaking, pretty much the saying is for this show today is because, hey, we're dedicated dads, we're there for our kids, but how do you guys feel about the bad rap that we get? Because that's what's killing us, is the bad rap, especially when I'm sure besides just us, there's a lot more good fathers out there that would do anything for the kids no matter what it takes.
It's a stereotype.
But yet we still get judged bad. I hate that stuff. And today we're trying to make a groundbreaking show. We're showing the positives of a dad. Now, when you guys get your kids, what do you guys do for fun? I mean,
I just recently took my daughter shopping and out for lunch. That was last weekend.
has she experienced that with her mother and stuff like that?
No.
So you've pretty much
No, because the kids were always with me, even when she left.
Josiah?
Oh, some of my stuff, we usually do movie stuff. When FEW is around, we take them to wrestling because they love wrestling. Just try to do whatever I can do with them while I've got them for the 2 weeks, because it's always tough when he goes back to his mom's. It's tough not getting to see him.
Now, Dwayne, you said you haven't seen your kids in how long again?
2 months.
2 months? If there's a way that we could try, I'm going to try my best. I know I'm not a great lawyer or anything like that, but I know it pains you deep inside, and I can see the tears going in your eyes since we're talking about this, how you're hearing everybody else's story. You want to have this to where you can talk about this with your kid. I'm not a miracle worker at all, but I'm going to try to do my damnedest to see what I can do to help you out. Okay? I promise you that. Like I said, I'm not no miracle worker. I don't make thousands of dollars, but from what I'm hearing is, I'm sure if I talk to somebody else, we'll figure out what we can do, because it pains me. So if I didn't have my two boys, Brett and JJ, I would go freaking nuts with not hearing from them. And I know deep inside, from you hearing these stories, you're like, man, I wish I could have that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try the best as I can out of Landis Entertainment and everybody else to see what I can do about helping you out.
That'd be great. I appreciate it.
Like I said, I really, because it does it pain you guys here on this side, because
Yeah. It doesn't matter what either parent does. They should be able to see their kid as long as the kid or the child isn't in danger.
that's true. I mean, now when you don't have your kids, when you don't have your kids, I mean, what goes on through your head if you don't have your kids? Like I said, if they were to go to their mother,
Their safety.
their safety,
Because I know safety is an issue with her. I mean, she's tried running me over, and I know her boyfriend's done things to my kids, physically abused them and things like that.
What?
And safety is a big issue with me and her when it comes to them kids.
So,
Yeah, all I ever do is think about him. Sometimes it's really, really hard, emotional, but with working, it kind of helps because I got a lot of people that help me out and keep my spirits up. But it's really rough when you have to let your kids go back and you can't see them when you want to.
Dwayne, I mean, I know it's been for a while for you, but
Yeah, but when I was seeing them before this 2 months, I was seeing them on a regular basis, and when they had to go back, it was heartbreaking because you never knew which boyfriend she had that week or that month, you know, and there has been accusations of abuse from some of them to CPS,
wow.
and so that worries me a lot. Which one's going to be there? What kind of weirdo's going to be in the house with my kids now?
Right, and you can't control over it. I mean, you wish you could, but
And there's been twice that my sons got out of the house and wandered around a trucking parking lot, and the cops had to be called. The
Wow.
CPS had to be notified. And they had to hold a safety meeting, and they're recommending the kids stay with the mom right now.
but the mom is the one that's doing all this bad with the.
Yeah, getting all the reports. And throughout the whole thing, I'm not seeing them, but I'm still paying child support and doing what I'm supposed to do. No reports have been made when they're in my custody.
That's crazy. Chuck, same question as I asked them.
Yeah, it's real hard for me. Even when we hang up the phone every night when we say goodnight to each other, it's real hard. Because I want to be there. I want to be there putting him down to go to sleep. I want to be there reading him a book to help him go to sleep. I want to be there for him when he wakes up in the morning and says, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." I really miss that. And that's what makes it really hard, most of all. I know that he's safe where he's at. I know he's in good hands where he's at. But it's just the fact that I'm not there. And that's what's hurting me the most, is that I'm not there. They're not allowing me to be there as frequently as I would like to be. They're allowing me more time, additional parenting time, but I would like to have like as much time as I can, as much as allowed. So I try to do things that I can, set up like family time where we can all go out and spend a day at the park or at the mall or shopping, or we go out to eat together. We try to be a family outside of being a family. And that makes it easier, and it also makes it harder. But it is hard.
Larry, talk about you being emotional.
Yeah.
What hurts the most is, I've seen my kids 4 times this year. Once in January, once in June, and twice this past month. And I really like seeing my kids. But what hurts the most is I gotta, see them go and everything. It makes me, hurt deep down inside. I just want to cry when I see them go. Usually, we take them to movies and go out to eat and stuff. And, make sure they got what they need for school and stuff.
to say something before the show started. I want to do a little moment of silence to Happy the Hobo, Mike Fry, who passed away. When was it he passed away?
Sunday night.
Sunday night, he passed away. You know more details of what he passed away.
It was some kind of, oh my gosh, it was some kind of disorder he had with immune disorder. And I guess he's been sick for a while, but he didn't want nobody to really know about it because he didn't want people to feel sorry for him. So he just kept on doing what he liked to do, and I guess just kept it away from everybody so he wouldn't feel so bad for him.
And the thing is, too, is I put a thing on his wall post about his funeral thing today.
Yeah, and
said something about dedicated dads, and I guess his wife said that he was also a dedicated dad.
Yeah,
so this show,
with Ella.
This show
his daughter
is dedicated to Happy the Hobo, so if we can have a moment of silence real quick for Happy the Hobo. Thanks, Happy, for entertaining our lives. I've got so many stories I could tell you right now, but this is
Make you happy.
Yeah, thank you very much for the entertainment you provided, and this show goes out to my grandma too, stuff like that. I want to do something that wasn't planned part of the show, but I want to bring my two, since we're talking about kids and stuff, I want to bring my two boys out, JJ and Brett, real fast. They made a special appearance today. JJ, Brett. Here's my two kids, JJ and Brett, right here. Look, Brett, look at the camera. Say hi. So you're watching Outlandish.
Nope.
Love you guys. Love you. Love you. Alright, go ahead. If there's anything that you could, if you guys could be back with your exes, would you, or would you not want to work it out?
Nope.
And why is that?
Because she's lied, she's cheated, she's put the kids in harm. There's no forgiving that. Especially when it comes down to putting the kids in harm.
It'd probably be no. Everybody that knows me thinks that I'd go back with her, but I probably wouldn't because of all the lies and stuff she done. It's just there's no way they could fix that.
No way. She's not the woman that I married now. She's morphed into something evil. So there's no way.
Well, from the sounds of it, I just can't believe she would put you through that much hell. I mean, even if you're paying child support, even if you can't even talk to him, that is like the most. Okay, Chuck, I've got so many 5 minutes. I got so much stuff I got to say, but I keep it bottled up. But go ahead, Chuck. It's all about you guys, not about me.
Yeah. What's the question?
Would you ever get it back with the rest of you?
No. There's no hope for me and Angie's relationship to be together. I would like to continue the friendship that we do have, because that is healthier for Charles than it would be if we didn't have a friendship and we were fighting all the time. So that does help the situation. But going back to her and going back to a family lifestyle, I don't think so. There's too much drama involved with that. But I am happy with the friendship that we do have. So we can't be a family without being a family.
That's good, Larry.
That's a definite no for me. You know, the unconditional love there for a friendship is still there, but you know, the deep love down inside, it's been too long, you know, even getting a feeling back for that. So I'd have to say no on that one.
Okay, guys, before I go, I want to personally say thank you very much. Hopefully you guys don't think I'm trying to use your story as an advantage to everything, but it really means a lot to me that you guys gave your side of the story to show that you guys are dedicated to your kids, because we don't see that very often. But before we go, is there anybody that you guys like to say hi to?
I'd like to say hi to my two daughters, Serenity and Carol. I love them a lot.
I see that a lot when you're with them.
Yeah, just want to say hi to my son Caleb and just tell him I love him. He knows it. He told me the other day, which was odd for the first time. He told me he loved me before he went to school, so it really meant a lot.
Okay.
I want to say hi to my daughter Nevaeh and my son Aiden. Daddy loves you.
Chuck?
I'd like to send a shout out and a hello to my son Charles Osborne Jr. He will be 3 November 19th, so we got a couple weeks from that. I'm gonna take him to Brooklyn. So, happy birthday, Chuckster. Daddy loves you, and I miss you.
Larry?
I'd like to say hi to my daughter Carly. She's 13, and my son Braden, he's 11.
All right. Guys, thank you very much for coming on Outlandish. The next show that you will see will be a risky interview. Very, very risky. I can't even talk. Risque. Thank you. We're going to break this subject. We're going to make things less intense. We're going to get a little massage from a little bit away from the serious subject. I'm going to have LaDonna D, the lady you saw earlier in the package. So I would like to thank Keith Jamerson, the entertainment god. He's now known as the entertainment god. Danny Day, Otto, Nicole Wood, she just now started. First time for the show. Welcome to craziness and outlandishness. So we'll be right back. We're not going to commercial. We'll see you at the next Outlandish with LaDonna D. And by the way, thank you very much for a wonderful show.